When developing machine learning or deep learning models, it's very easy to get overexcited and try to apply state-of-the-art models to your dataset to solve your problem. That is not an efficient way to develop models. We should always, and I mean always, start with implementing a simple solution. In other words, creating a baseline, and that is non-negotiable. Here's an example. If I want to build an image classifier that classifies if there's a dog or not in an image, a good baseline could be a convolutional layer combined with a dense layer. And that's it. Then you have your baseline, and from there you can try different architectures or hyperparameters. For example, you can add more layers. And then you can compare these different iterations against your baseline to see if you get a better performance than your baseline. And there are other aspects to this too. For example, if you want to deploy or use your model on the edge, let's say to an app on your phone, the model cannot be too large. So if you find a really big and funky architecture that outperforms your baseline, it might not be useful because it's too big and that won't work. Anyway, let me quickly show you what it will look like to start with a baseline and then iterate on that. Here I have selected a dataset of images that contain lung scans of healthy people and COVID-infected people. When I load them into PerceptiLabs, I automatically get recommended a simple model as a baseline. Here we can see that it includes a convolution layer combined with a dense layer. Okay, let's train it and see what our baseline looks like. Alright, let's try to replace the encoder part of the model, in other words the convolutional layer, with a more sophisticated encoder, for example the mobile net. And yes, I'm using transfer learning. If you watch my previous videos, you'll know why. Let's train this model and see if it outperforms our baseline. Well, look at that. We outperformed our baseline. Since I'm not going to deploy this model on the edge, I can now use this model as a baseline and add more complexity to it and keep iterating. In other words, keep on modeling. There, ML developers, I hope that you now know the importance of always creating a baseline when modeling.